Welcome back to the Mindset Rebuild podcast. Today, we're diving into the strange, the absurd, and the downright frustrating trends in personal development. And today, there is no Alan and no Rebecca, but rather you're stuck with the real unfiltered me. I am intrinsic coach Warren, the man behind Mindset Rebuild. Now, normally, the only people who get to hear me regularly are my Truth Bombs founding subscribers. That's not because I'm being snobby or standoffish, but because I dislike the sound of my voice. And I prefer the back and forth banter Alan and Rebecca provide instead. With that out of the way, let's get real for a moment. The personal development world is filled with incredible tools to grow and learn, and also a few trends that make you want to roll your eyes so hard you might just pull a muscle. This episode is going to be different. I'm not here to tell you about the latest revolutionary hack. No, today's about setting the record straight and maybe, just maybe, laughing at the trends we all kind of love to hate. You're going to want to stay tuned, especially if you've ever been told to just manifest harder or wake up at 4 a.m. to find success. Spoiler, it's not going to be pretty. I'm calling this episode Trends I Hate in Personal Development and Why They Need to Die. All right, trend number one, the toxic positivity parade. All right, let's kick this off with a bang. Toxic positivity. You know, the trend that says everything in life is absolutely fantastic as long as you slap a smile on it and keep pretending there's no room for any negative vibes. You lost your job? As an aside, this really happened to me recently. Hey, look on the bright side. Run out of rent money? No worries. Positivity will pay the bills, right? Look, I'm all for optimism, but there's a big difference between positive thinking and pretending life doesn't have its darker moments. Feeling down, frustrated, and even just meh is okay. Real growth doesn't come from slapping a fake smile on everything. It comes from acknowledging what's tough and working through it. Life's a journey, not one endless Instagram good vibes only feed. So here's my advice. Next time someone tells you to just stay positive, feel free to politely remind them that you're a human being, not a motivational poster. Permit yourself to feel the whole range of emotions. That's the real path to resilience and growth. Okay, let's move on to trend number two, the hustle harder myth. Now, let's talk about the hustle harder myth. You know, the old school idea that if you're not working 18 hours a day, you're just not serious about success. And if you are hustling hard enough, well, why are you sleeping at all? It's this whole thing where you have to grind until you basically collapse. If you're not exhausted and drinking 4 cups of coffee by noon, you must not want it badly enough, right? I mean, who needs balance when you can have burnout? Okay, let's get real. Sure, ambition is awesome, but this hustle till you drop mentality, it's so 2010-ish, which, as another aside, was a terrible time for me as I was on the verge of the worst personal failure of my life, one which has taken me a decade or more to rebuild from, hence the name of the Mindset Rebuild newsletter and practice that you're listening to now. You see, at least in my opinion, life is about more than just pushing yourself to the edge every single day. Real success isn't about how many hours you work, it's about working smart, setting boundaries, and finding joy in what you do. Sometimes taking a break is the best thing you can do for your productivity. So here's the truth bomb. You don't have to prove anything to anyone by grinding yourself into the ground. Define success in a way that fits you. And remember, burnout isn't a badge of honor. Take that day off, get some sleep. The hustle police aren't watching. All right, let's move on to the next trend I hate. Trend number three, the overnight success formula. Okay, so yes, the magic plan that'll take you from zero to hero in 30 days. Whether it's building a six-figure business, finding inner peace, or becoming a social media influencer, these gurus have got the fast pass to get you there. All you need to do is fork over $997, right? Seriously, though, if I had a dollar for every time a coach or course promised I'd change my life in a month, I wouldn't need their programs. Look, real growth, the kind that sticks around, does not happen in a flash. It takes time, effort, and sometimes a whole lot of mistakes. Here's the reality check: there's no overnight formula to success. If you're serious about any goal, it's going to require patience, grit, and persistence. These programs are great for inspiration, sure, but remember, the journey is where you actually build the skills, and no 30-day course is going to get you all the way there. Not even mine. So instead of falling for the 30-day miracle plan, embrace the long game. Put in the work, set realistic goals, and know that if you're moving forward, even if it's slowly, you're already miles ahead of where you started. You're building something real. This takes us to another trend. Trend number 4, the I'm not like the other coaches. Okay, so let's talk about the I'm not like other coaches. These folks are out there with bios that say, I'm different. I'm the real deal. I'm not like all the rest. And then they pitch you the same recycled methods, maybe with a slightly different title. Apparently, everyone's not like the other coaches now. They're unique because they, what is it? Because they sell you the same generic tips, but with a slightly different font and color palette. Now, I have to tread carefully here because I'm a coach too, and I'd like to believe I am different. Hell, I'd like you to believe I'm different. But listen, I'm all for finding a coach that resonates with you, but this idea that everyone has to be different while doing the exact same thing, yeah, it's time to stop falling for it. Coaching is valuable, but it's not some magic wand. Trust yourself first. Do your own research. And don't be afraid to ask questions. Ultimately, remember that no one else has the power to transform your life. That power is already within you. A good coach can guide you, sure, but you're the one who's in the driver's seat. The best coaches can guide you to the best answers you already have within yourself. And guess what? You don't have to be different to do something amazing. Now let's move on to the final trend, at least for this episode, that I hate. Trend number 5, the law of attraction and manifestation obsession. Last but definitely not least, the law of attraction and manifestation obsession. Yes, the idea that if you just think positive thoughts hard enough, good things will come. Do you want $1 million? Just picture it and poof, it'll be there in your bank account by morning. Look, I'll concede that the law of attraction is real. I love the concept of being intentional and aligning yourself with your goals. But come on, it's not just about thinking positive. If you're ignoring real world obstacles and telling people they're not succeeding because they aren't manifesting hard enough, that's a little unfair, don't you think? There's a huge difference between envisioning success and putting in the work to make it happen. Real change requires action. Manifesting is great for setting your intention, but it won't replace the hustle, the research, and the resilience you need to make things happen. So next time someone tells you to just manifest it, go ahead and visualize your success. But then grab a notepad, write out a plan, and take one small step forward. Because true manifestation, it's more than just a thought, it's action. That's where the magic happens. All right, let's wrap up. I'll call this the Mindset Rebuild Manifesto. And so that's it for today's episode. But here's the thing. The personal development world has so much to offer, and I genuinely believe in its potential to help us grow and reach new heights. We just need to separate the good from the gimmicky. So here's my challenge for you. Take a hard look at the trends you've tried or thought about trying and ask yourself, is this helping me or is it just filling a void? Because true personal growth doesn't come from the latest trend. It comes from knowing yourself, setting your own standards, and trusting your journey. Genuine growth is about being real, not perfect. Thanks for hanging out with me today. If this episode resonated, then please hit the follow button, share it with a friend, or drop a review. And tell me, what are your most hated personal development trends? Shoot me a message or tag me on social media with the hashtag Mindset Rebuild. And let's keep this conversation going. If you're not already a subscriber to Mindset Rebuild, become one by going to mindsetrebuild.substack.com and subscribe now. You won't regret it. See you next time.